Hello and welcome to the finale of our Rome Total War Brutii short campaign with me, Bardon. So we're going to assault Campus Gatae and Segestica with those two armies. But before we do that, I want to have a look around each of our cities for things that we can be doing. And the reason for this is because maybe sometime in the future, maybe we'll come back here. Let's get a market there and some paved roads. Maybe we'll come back here and maybe we'll let's drop the tax rate there. Maybe we'll continue on sometime in the future. Maybe not. We'll see. Okay, Corinth. Let's get public baths there because the population is decreasing. Okay, and that's all the money spent. So now,
orders.
Gay Knight's going to assault.
Prepare for battle.
So this shouldn't be too difficult to battle. They got maybe 5 units. What we've seen before with these large cities, the towers on the walls can do a lot of damage to you. But we're gonna use our sapping for the first time.
Hello. Today we are gathered here to do battle. Regrettable, isn't it? But sometimes, you know, life is like that. You have to do something you don't want to do, just because someone is telling you to do it. I didn't want to be here myself, but then my mother told me that I'd better make a reasonable show of it all. So here we go. Those overconfident men are the army of Macedon. They think themselves as good as us. But I think they are awaiting the funeral pyre. They have been lulled into a false sense of security by a few feet of defensive wall, as if that will protect them. The count of our warriors will show you who is truly favored by the gods. It is not our foes. We are lacking in spearmen today, and the many enemy horsemen may make life a little hectic if we are not careful. I have fought these men many times, and even now they must be praying to their false gods for mercy. They will have little enough of it from me.
Good speech there from Game Nightiest. I think we interrupted this at the very end, but okay, so let's get our guys deployed. So we got ladders are gonna go there. These guys are gonna go here. Those guys there. We might lose the ram. And those guys over there. Okay. Then we want one set with each of those. And this set will decide which of those two it goes to. Okay, so let's start the battle. So we should have sapped the walls as well. That was a mistake, I think. But in the next battle, I'll do that and I'll show you what it actually does. This is pretty cool. Okay, so let's speed things up. Looks like our ram is actually going to make it to the gate, which is good. It's actually not damaged at all. So maybe they're trying to take the guys out rather than the ram. Yeah, they will take some damage. So is that door.
Our soldiers are at the gates! Now they must batter. Praise the gods! The siege towers are at the walls! Now the real fight begins!
And the ladders are going to arrive soon as well. And what we're doing basically is we're trying to...
Our ladders are at the walls! Now bravery and steel will be tested as our men fight over the defenses.
We're trying to capture these towers so that they don't cause as much trouble to us. And also it means that we can flank these guys. The other guys are making their way up. We're about to break through the doors. Here we go.
Our soldiers have reached the walls with ladders. The bravest will soon be over the defenses.
We're about to capture the gate as well. Here we go.
The enemy gate is down! Our battering ram has done its work!
It certainly has. But the guys, poor old guys are burning. Let's get them inside. Those guys are almost to the top of the tower. The guys in the ladders are making their way up. Those guys are almost ready to break out. These guys are up already, so I think it'll make sense to send another set to them. Let's send another set here as well. Okay, these guys are up on the walls, so they're going to come across and capture that tower. Okay, you guys are going to fight them. And these guys are ready now. So that unit is going to break pretty much as soon as those guys come over. Okay, okay, those guys are doing good work. You guys are ready, so once you come over here.
Our soldiers have captured the walls! Now is the time to press on and capture this place!
Okay, so we're capturing a lot of areas now. Okay, then we're going to try to protect Game Nitius as best we can. Those guys making their way in. Let's group them. Let's group them. Okay, so we want you guys to start heading that way. You guys get up there and help. And we also want you guys to go that way. Okay, so that group is done for. Okay, they've captured that. Now come over here. You guys get down there. You guys in there as well. And let's get everyone into position. Okay, so now it's just a case of taking the main square, and it's going to be a lot easier now because we control so much of the wall. so the towers aren't firing on us. You guys can move up as well. You guys go over there. Let's speed up. Okay, and let's make this a group. Okay, looks like everyone is either inside or entering the gate. You guys can move up those. Where are you guys going? Hold here. Let's reinforce them. I'm gonna send those guys there, because then when these guys see them coming, they can move out as well. So where are you? You need to come and join your buddies. It's amazing to think that this game is so old. Because, okay, the graphics don't look great, but the little details in this game through the years have always been really good. Okay, so we're letting the guys mass up. It's time for you guys to go there. That's time for you guys to come here, I guess. Okay, let's go normal speed. So I'm going to charge across, because that causes a bit of chaos. And it stops, or most of the time anyway, it stops your guys from, like, a lot of the time with charges, they'll just get stuck. Whereas these guys are actually trying to push through, you see? They actually go beyond them. Whereas a normal charge will just stop at them, and you'll have a lot of your horses not involved in the fight at all. Okay, there goes their general.
From her generals, and this day is clearly our victory.
So that was pretty quick, pretty easy. So wiped out all of his guys, and we didn't lose as many as he had. So that's a pretty good victory. Especially when you consider most of our guys have been killed by the walls as you're trying to get in the first place. Let's enslave the populace. We then have to drop the tax rate and retrain those that we can. And we'll build some sewers there as well. Okay. Now, it's against the next turn, I guess. Let's bring you guys back this way, and we want to link them up with those guys. And again, it's all about you know, in the future, as I said, I might want to come back to this, whether it's on or off camera. I wouldn't like to say right now, but you know, doing this is really reigniting my passion for the Total War games. Now let's end a turn. So our own personal victory is within sight. We won't blockade that port, because Segestiga is where we want to be. Okay, let's pop you guys in there with him. That's weird.
Ready to sail! Ready to sail!
They should have just all joined up. I guess it was because the other guy was out of moves. Okay, but
Sir!
Let's go there.
Attack! Besieging
We're
settlement,
definitely wielding sap points this time. So a couple of sap points. We're not going to go with ladders. Do we want a ram? I think we'll do a ram. A couple of sap points. Maybe one set of ladders as well. Okay, but let's read this. So let's maintain the siege.
Settlement under siege, sir!
So got a bit of money. Found a Macedon agent, which isn't surprising. New family member, Vipsania. Doing some building. Got a recruitment on the way. And Spain and Dacia have an alliance. Okay, so we'll do a final round of spending and then we'll assault. So let's start roads. I want to build highways and palace there. Here, I want to build a Legion barracks and sewers there. Okay, and before, well, we got to wait one more turn, don't we? So let's end that turn. But before we actually assault, I'm going to look at the family tree. 10,999 denarii. Okay, we know we're making money. Urbanala, new family member. Claudia didn't quite make it to the end. Perennius got an animal trainer, +1 influence. Okay, we got our sewers done. Wait, a Macedon. Oh, they had rebels. Wow. They actually got destroyed without us destroying them. That's a little disappointing, but we will take the city nonetheless. Then I want to do construction, so market there. Paved roads as well. Here we want forum. So their leader must have died or something. I think that's probably what happened. The last guy that was left must have died from natural causes. Let's get a highway here. And then because of that, the faction is dissolved. Let's get mine +1 there. Okay, so let's look at the family tree. So it all started with Tiberius, and he had 3 children. He had Aulus, Amulius, and Vibius, but Vibius's line ended with him. Aulus, on the other hand, had 3 or 4 children. So he had Paulina, who married Quintus, but they didn't have any children. Titus married Domitia, and he had 4 children himself. Then we have Oppius, who married Ostina, and he had 4 children. Yeah, he had 4 children. Servius died. I think he got himself killed taking Byzantium. I think it was him, yeah. And then he had a lot of grandkids as well. So Asinius had 3 children. Brascus has 1. Decius has 2. So he had 6 grandchildren. That's a lot for Roman times. Then Herennius had Honoria and Fabia, both kids. Then if we look to Aemilius's line, so we thought that maybe his line would actually die out because Cassius passed away after he married Fania, but not before they had children. Cornelius died pretty young. He was 24 years old. Game Knight at 37 hasn't taken a wife. And then Spurius has taken a wife and he's had 3 children. Okay, so that's if I was playing on with this, that would be a pretty healthy family tree to go with. But what we're going to do is have our final battle here. So unfortunately, their faction leader must have died.
Prepare for battle.
But we're gonna assault anyway. So it would have been better if he was there, because he had a bigger army. Much more exciting.
Before night comes again, this battle will be over. Whether the day goes well or ill is in our hands. The gods will favor those who help themselves, so take up your arms and prepare. Over there stand the rebel slaves. They are braver and more worthy than men of their type have any right to be. They cower behind their walls and pray for help. We outnumber them by a large margin, but this may drive them to foolhardy defiance. Be careful. The enemy will try to conserve their strength by firing at us. We must close and fight them hand to hand, like true men. Many times I have faced these people, and still they are too stupid to learn their lesson. Today, men will die to teach them afresh that they should simply run away. Today, the carrion birds feast, but they will feast upon our enemies, not on good Roman flesh!
Okay, so a nice speech there. It would have been good though to have this speech when you're about to eliminate a faction. You get like a special speech for that. So let's put these guys here, so you get to see at least what the sapping does. Let's move you guys there. Then ladders we want, I think, over there. Okay, let's start the battle. Let's send those guys there. Let's get our sappers on the go. And let's get our ladders up as well.
The engineers are digging. Soon the walls will come crashing down with the favor of the gods.
Hopefully, yeah. That's the plan.
Our soldiers are at the gates. Now they must batter a way through.
You can see this line coming from the sapping point where they're digging underneath.
Will be tested as our men fight over the defenses.
The ladders are making way up.
Their work well. The battering ram has
we're
broken through the gate.
That definitely was good work. Now, let's get through there. Okay, let's get ready. These guys. Let's make a group. And let's head here. Let's make another group. You guys head over there. Because the walls are about to come crashing down. Here we go, let's get in close and see what's happening. Okay, lots of smoke. Still plenty of wall though. Oh, here she goes. Not much left now. One more, I think we're through.
The engineering works have gone well. The enemy walls are now undermined.
There we go, we're through. So we can come in through there now. And this group will come in through there. And the guys up here, they can now start capturing the towers. They can't make a way over here anymore because there's no wall. So those guys are running. We may be able to get them back now. No, it doesn't look like it. So they're just going to flee off the field, which is fine. Let's bring these guys to the center. Just to pin them.
Our
Not you though,
soldiers
you
have captured
have to
the
come this way.
walls. Now is the time to press on and capture this place.
Units! Attack!
Okay, so let's attack you. We already got one set of them on the run. Now we want to make a way up there, so let's get everyone moving that way. Oh, we need everyone, please. Let's make them a group. Even though they have some horses, they should be okay. So those guys are forming up, but they won't last very long. Here's the, as soon as they got that volley of javelins, they broke. Okay, that's the unit that was fighting at the gate, but no shame for them really, because they did batter down the gate and then they held there by themselves for a while. We're still taking a lot of damage from this tower. We should be okay overall. Let's speed things up. Let's make sure that they halt and don't pursue that guy too far. Okay, now this is going to be interesting because they are actually coming for us now. or they were thinking about it. It would have been a good plan by them to try and get to us before the rest of our guys came, but I'm not sure if they're actually going to follow through on it. Our guys are being particularly disciplined. Now these guys are going to charge to there. Make sure that they're all running. And you guys are going to do the same. So this is going to probably kill their general. Some of our guys are running.
And now his men fear
they're running right
us.
through their general.
The attack.
There you go, he's dead. Okay, so let's do the same thing there. Let's get you to try and get them back. Yeah, I think that worked. Those guys are going to run because they're taking a lot of damage from the walls, making their way in.
The enemy show their true virtue.
And the last of the rebel scum is gone.
This is a heroic victory, worthy of Roman arms.
Battle. So you can see how well they did, mainly because of the defenses on the walls. So it would have been a pretty good battle if the Macedonians had have just lasted long enough. Let's enslave them because that's what the Brutii do. And so if we have a look at the map, you can see we got like the boot of Italy, and we've got this whole swathe of area here. And we only started here with just the two. Basically, the only part we had was the two places in Italy when we started. These two here, and we added another. Was it 14 or 15? So we hold 16 regions. So another 14 regions we added to that. And you know, if we wanted to push on, we're very strong up here. And we're strong, pretty strong here. And then over here, roads and these, like, we could easily take this area. We could push in probably into this area here. And we could easily take double the amount of, so we could go up to maybe 30 or so. You know, not too difficult, not too much difficulty. Of course, then you get the whole thing of, are you going to have a civil war where your faction splits in two? And that kind of, I don't like that. That kind of, it's like artificial difficulty. It's just where the computer says, oh, you're doing too well. Boom. Okay, let's split your forces in two and make. Normally, then the other side actually get the stronger forces as well, and you have to kind of, you feel like you're starting over then. But yeah, this is basically the end of this series. I've had a huge amount of fun, and as I said, this has really reignited my love for the Total War series as well. So I think I'm going to pick up Total War Warhammer, and I was already planning to get Total War Warhammer number 2, but I think I'll get the Total War Warhammer just so I can see what the differences are between the first and second game, and I may play other Total War games here on the channel as well. I will definitely play those, the Warhammer ones, but I'm talking about like the older ones, the likes of say like the medieval Total War and things like that, like back when I feel at least that the franchise was at its peak. Like this original Rome, the medieval, they were really good games. And then over the years, I felt like they kind of dumb it down a bit, and then like they did things where I felt it came too modern when they were doing like Napoleon, and then there was the one that was set like in the early days of the Americas, and like when you got like guys going around with like muskets and or rifles and those kind of things, it's not a Total War game anymore, and like Total War is all about getting your formations right and using your troops properly. So like you got you're ranged in your archers, and then you got like your like defensive units like hoplites or spearmen. Then you got your sort of close combat experts, like not like the Hastati, but like the kind of later troops as well, but those type of troops. And then you got your cavalry, and you got like heavy cavalry, light cavalry, and then missile cavalry, and you have to get the balance right between those and use them properly in the battles. And that's what I like. But when it goes to everybody having a gun, then it feels more like kind of say StarCrafty, or what was the other game I used to play a ton of? Total Annihilation. Those ones where it's all about building units and just swamping the enemy with your units. And Total War for me had never been about that. It's been about trying to get the tactics right and get your balance in your army. And I really am hoping that when I try the Warhammer one, that element is back. And if it's not in there, I'm hoping that it will be there in Total War Warhammer 2. But I think I've talked enough about that, and that's something for the future. But I hope you have enjoyed this series. This is the end here. If you want to see more of this in the future, let me know. I'll definitely keep the save. And I really do hope to see all of you on another video or another series. Goodbye. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe you'll hit the subscribe button there on the right, and check out some other videos here on the left.